Attention passengers. This is your captain speaking, Necro-sama, the one true Necro-sama. I don't know who that was last week or the last month, but I'm here now. You're in good hands. Welcome back to Top Flight Fiction Reads. We're reading Crown of Ahrah, Chapter 3 this week. I'm going to introduce the cast. Well, they're going to introduce themselves. To my left is your co-pilot, Tiza. Say hello to the people.
Good morning, passengers. This is your co-captain Tiza, the serious one speaking. I'm going to make sure we're going to get to our destination just fine.
To my right are your flight attendants, Akashic, MEL, and Stormrave. Introduce yourselves, people. Starting from Stormrave.
Hello there. Please enjoy the ride.
Hello again. I'm back. I hope you all enjoy yourselves this week.
Yo, flight attendant Akashic speaking. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
This week we're reading Crown of Ahrah, chapter 1, 2, 3. Your characters are Kaiden, aka KDK, which will be read by yours truly. Bella, which will be read by Akashic. Apparently there's a new character, Headmaster Elric Eisner, which will be read by
Me?
MEL.
Apparently.
Stormrave is still doing the narrator, and co-pilot Tiza will be doing sound effects and any additional characters. Crown of Ahrah, created by Darius Walker, illustrated by Vendici. I'm not even going to try that last name this time.
Exvanra.
There you go. Make sure you check out the description below. Down there, you'll be able to find out where you can support them and find the chapters. Let's jump right into it.
Bella introduces Caden to the headmaster of Hollister Academy, Elric Eisner, who happens to be a magus with a rather interesting ability. Using his abilities, Elric reveals the secret of our hero Caden, and perhaps more.
Wow.
Dun dun dun.
Wow. They
liked
really used 3 dots just for the word more. I'm just saying, like...
Make sure to strap yourselves in for takeoff, folks.
What do you guys think about these hexagons for their chapter covers?
I like them.
I don't have any.
don't feel one way or the other.
Interesting. I just thought they were interesting.
They give it identity. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
They do.
I like the smear technique better with the green coloring.
Mm.
Like, that's more impactful to me than like the hexagons, which really don't have much in them. At least in the top corner.
Yeah, the smearing is really good.
Note how Caden looks all serious.
So serious, he doesn't have eyes.
Oh no!
I was talking about the extreme close-up, but okay.
It looks like your average main protagonist. Never mind.
Page 1.
Oh, Alice, you've returned. With good news, I hope.
Alice.
It's my name, Bella G. Alice. I told you when we first met.
As per usual. Forgetful.
It could be a trait with this one.
Now, Storm, you can tell us what you think about panel 1.
I don't want to.
Don't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We gonna
This
powder.
mook.
Why it look like they're leaning over to one side?
Because they are.
Aren't they?
Are they
It
doing it
looks
on
like they were
purpose?
drawn like the leaning. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but with 2 people.
Yeah, they're drawn
They
like that in the next panel too, right?
They are.
Mostly with Bella.
I think he's more so wondering if that was intentional or not.
They came in with them dance moves. That's what's going on. They came in to do an electric slide.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
Oh, man.
Turned it out.
Oh, no. Got both of them started.
Ooh.
I don't trust this headmaster, man.
Why?
Look at his glasses. That just screams, I'm hiding something dubious.
I like
Seriously. You can't even look through those.
Look, I have small eyes. Do you see my tiny eyes? I'm fine.
And they're still bigger than the lens.
They're not
Slightly.
there for function. They are there for style.
Yeah.
Style
he
like
got-
a villain.
My man's got drip.
No.
Don't be hating on his.
Hold on. Nope, that's not drip. That's style.
That ain't
What's the
neither.
difference?
That's style.
Glad I get to be a styling character for once.
You already know I like the panels where you show a character overlapping into another panel. Like panel 2 and panel 4. I love those panels. I'm going to have to incorporate that into my series when I do that often. Oh, yeah. I must really have a thick filter for nerds.
Why you?
Ahem. So, you've returned?
Yes, Headmaster. I've got great news. This jerk here is my partner, Caden. With his help, I've acquired the first relic of Ahrah's crown.
Oh?
Okay, before anybody says anything, something just dawned upon me. Didn't a few chapters ago she said something about the people at her academy can't find out that Caden is her partner?
Did she?
I don't know.
Cause she said something shady about they would probably revoke my license or something. If they found out I was exploring with you or something like that.
I think she was just taking the piss. He's so dumb.
Oh no, that was because if they took credit for destroying the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't because of him specifically. It was because he destroyed the thing. But they didn't take credit for destroying it, so it's fine.
Why is she grabbing on him like that, though?
That's what I was gonna say. Something like
because she secretly wants some of that Caden.
I'm about to say, look, we saw this coming last chapter.
That's not the oh, you just said something and now I'm about to punch you in the face. That's that I'm angry at my boyfriend, so I'm gonna start furiously shaking his shirt.
Yeah, he's gonna get shook, man.
Don't you all remember we had those 3 pages of character development last chapter where they said,
Don't you start.
Stop.
Last chapter.
So I get it. So I don't understand what you all are confused about. This is expected at this point.
I'm not confused at nothing. I'm not confused at nothing. I'm just sitting up here just nodding my head.
Oh my god.
Look, their relationship has been developed already. It was developed last chapter.
I ain't hating.
I don't believe that.
But
Best girl said it best. Is this your boyfriend? And then blushing panel, etc., etc.
To be honest, you could just be embarrassed that somebody would have the gall or audacity to think that that's her boyfriend.
Nah.
Then why is she? You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
See, there's embarrassed blushies, and then there's I want to tap that blushies.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. If anybody would ever ask me that question about anybody, like when I was around her age, I would have blushed just because it was embarrassing.
Her age.
How old is she? She
she like a couple under you, right?
Oh, is she only a couple under? I thought she was supposed to be in her teens.
Dog, they in college.
Oh, well, never mind.
You know what that means.
I'd still be embarrassed, though.
See, you would probably have embarrassed blushies. She didn't have that last chapter. That was not the former.
Okay. Extraordinary. The essence of this is suffocating. Very good work indeed.
The essence of this is suffocating.
Oh,
did I say it right? Or did I say it wrong?
I'm just of all the ways to describe it, that's what he chose to go with.
You know what? I ain't finna say a word about it. I'm just gonna say panel 4. Can you spot the problem? And then
I know.
Tick tock.
Mm-hmm. Tick tock.
Ding. You know, like on those kids shows where it'd be like, can you spot the something right here? And then they do the TikTok in the background.
Dora the Explorer?
Sure, go with that.
That's probably the de facto example.
It's just something about panel 4 jumps out at me, and I'm just like...
But for the people back home, Storm, why don't you tell them what's got you so rustled in your jimmies?
That side boob is so misshapen. It's throwing me off.
What's so misshapen about it?
It looks like...
Considering the angle that she's supposed to be at, we shouldn't be able to see that much.
Correct, yes. Let's see that.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about how, amazed he is in this panel 3? I respect his wonder. I don't respect how he describes his wonder.
I was about to say something about that. That's why he got them glasses.
No.
I like though how I'm immediately intrigued, and then afterward I'm just holding on to it oh, this is mine now. This is awesome. Rather than just still staring at it like it means the world to me, I'm just anyway.
Thank you, Headmaster.
Alice, with your superb knowledge of this vast kingdom, the relics will be easy to retrieve. And judging from the archaea radiating from your associate here, I haven't the slightest doubt you can actually pull this off.
What the?
Exactly.
To be fair, my voice probably isn't helping him that
No,
much.
not you.
No, your voice is. Your voice works.
What you were going for was fine. What I'm trying to figure out is why does he sound so suspicious right now?
Because he probably is suspicious.
Look,
Make me think a lot.
I told y'all. Ever since them glasses showed up on screen, I do not trust this man.
Reminds me of Durag chick.
The scarf was. People don't know what that is.
They will.
But they will one day.
Maybe he.
Subscribe,
You know what?
topfiction.com.
Maybe he's one of Winslow's associates.
Oh,
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna have to make a collective. One person from each of our respective IP. The Rat Fink Trader. We already know yours, Storm.
I don't have one.
He's a ferret, not a
you're
rat.
going to. You're going to. You don't know
Some
it yet,
people might-
but you will.
Some people might say wing because of how excited he is all the time.
The only one I can think
Lingu.
of for me is Felicity, but she's from Nameless, so that'll be a while.
So back to how happy Alice looks about the praise she
That's
has received.
what I said. I was waiting for the.
Bella.
I like that expression.
I mean, I was
I do.
half expecting you to use different tone when she said "thank you, headmaster." But that's different.
I was too.
Well, look, because I remember it. I just remembered that was the voice I gave her for the past 2 weeks, and I couldn't remember it at first.
You've been going with the Pegasus voice pretty much.
Oh, that. Thank you, headmaster.
Thank you, headmaster.
There's still the same problem in panel 3.
What's wrong with it? Oh.
The boob.
A little bit.
You know what's wrong with
Side.
it?
I wasn't looking at
I did-
Panel 3. I was looking
Side
at
boo. I didn't even notice.
I
the
didn't
side.
realize. I didn't realize she was that short compared to him.
It might just be a sizing problem in general.
Yeah, because they've been the same height from what I remember.
No, I mean as far as like,
He's
how-
taller than her.
I mean
Yeah,
like
but
how
not
large
that much.
they should be in comparison to the scene we're looking at. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should have been either positioned a little bit further back in the 3-dimensional space, which would make them taller than they are. Because right now, it's not just that they're shorter, which I guess they're trying to show that they're closer to the desk than they were before, but it's also like proportionally, they look like they've gotten younger when I know they aren't.
Were they trying to avoid them blocking the speech bubble? Do you think?
I mean, that's how it's going to be controlled digitally. And you see they got all that space at the bottom of the first one, so I don't think
Yeah.
that was it.
I think in that regard, in that point, you just cover them with the speech bubble because we already know how they look,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Or why not just draw them thinner?
or that.
I don't know.
The speech bubbles?
No, the characters.
Oh,
I mean, either, because, like you guys said, there's a lot of negative space that they could have used, so.
Because like right now, my legs are a bit stubby. That was Charlie the drunk guinea pig for anyone who used to watch Smosh.
I love how like all of his references has a works cited page at the end of it.
I mean, I like it. Like,
It's
see, like,
beautiful.
he tells everybody what it is, because somebody's going to be like, oh, what is that?
Also, KDA looks so annoyed at that last panel.
He does.
I think he's a little bit creeped out.
what? Dude, he's soaking all over his power level.
I'm hebeing his GBs right now.
That's
Ha
funny.
ha ha ha.
We've missed
knows
you,
it?
man.
We did.
You guys probably have you guys not heard me say that when somebody hebes your GBs?
Well, we did
I've
just
never
now.
heard.
No.
Oh, well, I've said it before.
No. and out of context, that's never mind.
The headmaster can read and analyze archaea from anyone and anything. With his special eyes, the optical rune Oracle.
That's weird.
My brand.
Oracle, a special kind of rune far different from most. It allows the holder to analyze archaea from other magus, or special treasure, and then download the information directly to the brain, granting vast knowledge.
What?
Hmm.
So it's
Okay, so she has a built-in scouter. I mean, he. Excuse
Me.
Yes, he has a built-in scouter. And then they tell us that he has a built-in scouter. After they told us he has a built-in scouter.
Look,
Ding.
you do not remember Holbrook Academy from last.
Hollister.
Look at my lovely eye.
A
Checking
shoe
my
label.
brand.
a shoe label, and a library. What will they think of next?
Specialize.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
Specialized.
my brand.
Excuse me, a clothing brand and a library. What will they think of next?
So what's the point of the glasses? Never mind.
Look, I already told you.
Drip.
I pointed that out a while ago.
Maybe his
Those
glasses.
are clearly.
Honestly, with the size of the lenses and what seems to be the thickness of it, because of the little like half circle, it tends to be thicker. It's probably just like reading glasses, like which is why they're so far down the nose, because like they're not everyday glasses or you need to see through them all the time. But if they're reading glasses, then you just have to look straight heckin' down at the book.
Reading what though?
Well, apparently, all of these special kinds of runes or books around him. What are those called in this? They're not tomes.
Books.
They're just regular books? Okay.
Why does he have a 6-point star in his eye?
That's the special eye brand thing, dude.
That's the Oracle.
Yes.
Yo, girl just told us, Storm. I thought you would pay attention to at least her.
Listen,
Dang.
you leave his Byaku Sharingan Gyas alone, okay?
Oh no.
It doesn't control people, so it's not a Gios.
There you go.
Not all Gyas control people. All right, you only watch season 1. Never mind. Ignore him.
You know what? And with that little remark, I probably will keep it at season 1.
Okay.
Congratulations. Then you'll continue to not know how Gyas work. Okay.
But no,
You can just
seriously, he
Google
doesn't. Also, it's only a Byakugan if it grants him telescopic vision.
Moving on. Alice, if you wouldn't mind, I wish to have a moment in private with your partner here.
Yes, headmaster.
He has an assist trophy now, though. So
I
Yeah.
do. No longer 3D, but that's fine.
That's Waluigi.
Oh,
Now I'm sad.
You're like, your partner is mine now.
why he pointed at himself like, me?
because he
Emil.
thought that he was the last person that I wanted alone time with. Ha!
He's
Thought
only-
wrong,
You
Kate.
didn't choose the. I thought you usually choose the. Never mind. I thought you
That's what
usually
he-
choose the girl.
Or
That's the
how
end.
about his actual student?
Yeah, you can't lay a hand on your own student. You're gonna lose your job, no matter how
Oh.
talented you are.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I mean-
all right.
I mean, you would have expected he'd want to talk with her more about the actual thing that was retrieved, not with him just the hired hand.
If we're being serious.
He want that power, bro.
But he also sees how powerful Caden is, though, so he's got to be intrigued, and he probably wants to know why he's hanging out with Alice.
She told him that's her
Oh,
hired hand.
Right,
So,
but like,
oh wait, you know what? He's
Alice
so-
is in on it. That's what it is. She's like, yo, every time there's a new ruin, go hire somebody and bring them to me.
like,
Oh,
okay.
you know what?
That's
No,
why
you
she
ain't about
walking
to do
away.
Bella like that. You ain't about to do Bella like that.
Here's a
Her
joke.
name
know
is
what?
Alice.
Maybe.
It's Bella and Alice. They're both her name.
No,
I call her Bella.
Because he's just been calling her Alice this whole time. Like that's a first name. Clearly her name is only Alice.
I can't go back to check, but is
No,
her
no,
name...
no. That is her actual last name. I'm just saying because
It's
that's
Bella
always
G.
referred to her as.
Yeah, okay, well, sorry. Anyway,
He's Hisoka now.
Mhm.
I love Hisoka. He's funny.
Okay.
The viewers will get the joke.
No, I know because I've watched the series. Storm. I've seen us. Never mind.
So,
Moving
next
on.
page.
Who would have thought someone actually survived the wildfire in Corin Village?
Ah.
Although, I guess it's to be expected from the king's illegitimate child.
Censored for YouTube.
TFF goes full 4 kids. What is with
To
that
be
plant in
fair-
the first panel?
I don't say bad words anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
You and the
Wait,
cops.
what is what?
Is there something going on with that plant? Is the thing tilted? The pot part? Am I blind?
It's because of the perspective. Like the ground is curving. Looks like Animal Crossing the way it rolls.
Also, the rune canister orb thing, that's also tinted. Or what is the glass thing over the rune thing is like also curving, and the plant has more leaves.
I wasn't zoomed in enough. It looked like I didn't. It's because of that leaf. It makes it look like it's completely tilted unless you zoom in.
Mel,
What's up?
I will be so happy if you said at the end of every other sentence. When you
I said it at the last one. Maybe you guys didn't hear it.
I did.
So we're just gonna bridge the rest of the series.
Look,
Oh man.
I'm gonna just
when you
say
get it, when it's funny.
but I'm not gonna say it all the time. Also, he looks like he gonna punch me.
A little bit. I mean, he did just like call him an illegitimate child. Censor for 4 kids.
Hey,
Right.
let him Arthur meme real quick, okay?
I think that's the right to be mad.
Let him get
I
his
mean,
dissent,
yeah.
girl, okay?
That couch looks so weird to me in panel 1.
What
Like,
looks weird about it?
like it looks like it's either like floating or like it's like it doesn't like if it was like, is it like, I guess, like straight on the ground, like with like no legs or anything? Like if so, then I guess it's just like it's just way closer to the bookshelf.
There are couch cushions that are so fluffy the legs are hidden beneath them.
You would see it though, right, at this angle, like even just a little bit.
Also, what's the only thing that makes it look like it's floating is that there are no shadow lines or there are no like hatching lines connecting it to the floor, to the
Right.
surface of the floor.
So I don't know, but also, if I know this is the king's illegitimate child, and I know he's super powerful, I want him to attack me. I just want to feel it straight up, I guess, because this dude's like he can tell. He sees the stat screens, man. So
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait just a gosh dang minute. Hold
what?
on. From the king's bastard child.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The king? Oh,
Yeah.
I see where this is going. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Aight.
What?
It was like a legit 5
Heroes look at the
7
reference.
minutes ago. Okay.
Moving on again.
Duh. How'd you know that?
Remember, my eyes can analyze archaea and give me information about the person.
Right. Forgot about that. Well, like, didn't give a crap, but, you know.
Xavion Bradley, huh? Gotta say I'm impressed.
Hey, it's a picture from the cover.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Also, referring to the same panel, I'm not sure the choice to have just, the hatch tone side and then full body shot of him walking forward and then just cut into a close above the space here. I'm not sure that was the best usage of this space.
totally out of place. It's like that's that thing you normally do when you're fading into a flashback.
Or like coming out of like the rubble after they thought you were heckin' dead.
You want to know what would have worked? If he had shifted Caden in the speech bubble to the left side of the page and then drawn his full face like overlapping the entire panel.
That's what I was thinking.
That would have been nice.
I like panel 2 though. I like how his face just says, "It's okay to be scared, boy, because I totally have you wrapped around my finger."
You know what?
That works.
I'm not sure if that's what he's portraying.
I mean, but sorry, Akashic.
No, you all go ahead, because I'm that's strike one.
What do you mean?
Right, I forgot about that. I get it. It happened a page ago.
There you go.
To be fair,
Technically 3.
Darius, you
one,
got
he
him
doesn't give a
started.
crap about me.
3 pages?
And at least I retold him. Like, I didn't just be like, really?
No.
Like, I was just like genuinely like, I'll retell you since you're obviously not very smart. Like, here you go.
In the span of those 3 pages, they had like what? 3 sentences? 1 sentence per page?
So how
And
many
he
sins
already
you gonna
forgot?
give him? How many sins you gonna give him?
I'm still counting.
He can't.
All right, so he's currently miffed at KDA.
All right, and he's still Arthur Meeman. Clenched
Arthur,
fist.
what?
Oh, wait, he went from Arthur Meeman to clenching his fists and gritting his teeth.
Oh, meme.
Oh,
you said
no.
Meeman. And I
You
thought
know,
that was like a last name. And I'm like, who the heck is Arthur Meeman?
We know how this goes. He just got to get laid out. Next page.
It's gonna be an uppercut next page. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, no.
Let's find out.
You've got quite some power hidden away in that little frame of yours. And you're a seeker of the Eclair Familia.
What do you want?
Nothing. Actually, just information.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could have this page.
Oh my
gosh. You know what? But his, take it away. Akasha. Take it away, Akasha. He wants information, right? Go ahead, Akasha.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, do it. Come on.
That's the whole reason we're reading this.
I wish we had face cam because I was doing the thing where you like
hold on, Mel.
somebody up and down.
Hold on, Mel.
You
Go
mean
ahead.
to tell me that we just learned over the span of how many pages have we gone through so far? They first revealed that just by looking at somebody, he can get everything that he wants to know. So he knows everything. Oh, but here, talk to me. I want some information. Look at me. You can get all the information you want. That's right there.
That's why he's so confused. He's like, what do you want?
No, you do not establish to me that you can find out anything that you want to know by looking at me, and then you look at me for 6 pages and then ask me for information. You don't do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why Caden's confused.
No. Caden clearly forgot because he just said, "Oh wait,
Again?
that's right. He can do that."
I mean, he can see his power levels, and I guess he can see like who he was like who the parents are, like a stat screen. But I don't think that he like I don't think he can see it like a book. And if he can, then that'd be way too much info.
Look at me.
They established it in a way so that he could. So you know what? I will give you the benefit of the doubt. We will see what information he needs. But just know that there are 100 million sins that are pending right now. Because if he's about to get information that he can get just by looking at him, I'm not commenting on any other pages because I'm done.
Oh no, I understand. I would agree with that. That would be really dumb. I'm just saying, like, maybe it's not like Alice was like overestimating or like overpraising him because he's a professor. Maybe it's just like a quick stat screen that's just like.
Here's the thing about that.
I'm a bit confused. No, like where? Can we go back?
Oh, no. See, it's one thing where Alice was praising it. It's another thing entirely where the narrator itself says what it actually is.
Oh, you want to know something worse? Caden's left arm is not toned in panel 1. Ding.
It is not.
It is not. That's not good, guys.
Another sin.
But the plants are.
Ding.
Plants are like moving. They
That's at least-
were parallel.
least-
They were next to they were like in level with each other, I thought. But I guess
Well,
not.
here's the thing. Plants get the attention before the people do. Ask Waluigi.
Oh.
Piranha plant. Now I'm sad. Next page.
Ding.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I had a brain aneurysm, so I had to recover for that because I'm about to start sweating over here.
I'm assuming Alice knows nothing of this.
Why would she? I'm hired help. Nothing more, nothing less. The less she knows about me, the better.
It must have been quite a traumatic experience for you. I knew His Majesty was a bit shady, but to go to this extreme, to cover up his little secret, ordering the destruction of an entire village.
Get out of my head, oh Giza!
Here's another sin. So if he's pulling this information out of Caden as he talks, where is the 6-point star in his eyes?
Might have gotten it already.
Ding.
No, like he might have gotten it already.
Yeah, like because he might have seen it and then like start talking about it. Because like if you talk about something while you're seeing it, like exactly as it's happening, you wouldn't be able to get the whole picture. So I guess he's like keeping it here to like pull out the memories of it, and like just kind of sifting through what he thinks is important at rapid speed.
So it gives you all the information at once. They introduce it. It gives you everything you need to know about it when you look the one time.
No. Apparently he needs more information.
That's where I'm kind of confused.
No. See, that's the thing. For all we know, there might be something that he can't tell by looking at him directly.
Maybe.
We'll see.
That's
why it's still pending.
That might make the Oracle 6-point star eye less broken.
Well, yeah. You can only analyze what the target knows.
And it could also need like cooldown time. Like it could give you like a specific amount of information at once, and then you have to like wait a specific amount of time for it to recover. But I don't know.
He glasses push and he still doesn't cover his eye.
Nope, those are
You
for
see,
me.
that's why I don't trust it.
I told you, they're not for function. They're for style.
They're not for that either.
They are. They stylish.
No, they're not.
I like it. Style.
Yep.
No.
No, I agree with Akashic. They are stylish.
No.
I think it really helps add to the character though, because I think without them he'd be very boring looking, because he just is wearing all black with some sort of like turtleneck. He's got kind of swoopy hair. I think the glasses at least help him like stand out a bit more.
It's like Morpheus in the Matrix, where he didn't even have the ear thingies with his glasses.
Hey, that's because
The point is, they weren't stupid looking on him.
Look, these got style.
No, they don't.
T's are just being a hater, okay?
All right, next page, because I need to see what's gonna happen with these 100 million sins.
Oh no. I sincerely apologize. It's a habit and somewhat uncontrollable.
Let me guess. You're going to tell the king his unfinished business still walks the earth and take me in.
Oh.
Don't expect it to be that easy.
I look like a nun in that heckin'
What
fourth
happened?
panel. What's happened to me?
Why he look like that in panel
'Cause
4,
That's
dog?
what I'm
Because
saying.
it's evil, bruh.
Oh, ominous.
I don't even think I'm gonna take him in. I bet you I'm just gonna be like, why would I want to trouble myself with that? I just thought this was interesting. Anyway, time to go back to what I was doing.
No, he got that. He got that. Oh, you could try, little boy.
And take me in. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take you in, all right.
What gets me though is how everything else on his face is meant to be like super dark looking. The sweater's already dark looking because it's dark. The tone behind it is dark, but the hair's normal.
I was gonna ask, isn't that just like a habit of the artist? Because the artist just tends to like do that with the hair. Like the hair just tends to stay normal most of the time.
No, I mean, if you're going to go for ominous shading, you need to do all of it consistently because now it just makes that stand out more than everything else in the shot.
Yeah, I think for this one he should have shaded in the hair and then just left the eyes, because since the eyes are his most important feature that we know of.
It's not even eyes; it's just one eye, all the time.
The Millennium Eye.
No, you will not disrespect the Millennium Eye by associating it with this guy.
What's the Millennium Eye from?
Pegasus. Yu-Gi-Oh. It's
All right,
always
we
a
have to cite
Millennium
that
Eye.
reference too.
Very
So
nice.
we're trying to escalate some tension here, which I don't think I'm feeling it at the moment.
I don't either, because it was what?
Mainly because I'm not exactly certain, like this question that KDA proposed about what this totally evil headmaster could possibly do. I'm not really sure what the stakes are involved with that, so it's just
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the king found out he had an illegitimate child and then burned the entire village to the ground trying to
Found
kill
out.
him.
okay.
Yeah.
Look, no, not for nothing, but you don't find out you have an illegitimate child.
Isn't that what they said?
If you knock somebody up without protection, and it's that right time of the month where it's all nice and fertile, that's going to happen unless you abort it.
Do
Well,
they
that's the
have
thing, though,
protection in this world?
Right, say he doesn't. He probably, because it can happen. Because what if it was a one night stand? He don't remember the chick. The chick never told him.
Then how would he know it was illegitimate with her specifically?
Well, he probably didn't know it was with her. He probably just knows it's an illegitimate son.
That's what I mean. Like, if he managed to know that in this village would be someone that may have been descended from him, if you're doing all that due diligence, at that point, why did you wait until after they were born?
Maybe they didn't find him until then. Maybe like his like
Maybe they didn't
network
know.
just isn't talented enough, or maybe he was completely white girl wasted and had
I would say
like
it could, because like you have to remember, like if you go, let's say for example, this chick's trying to prove that that her kid she just had was the king's. She ain't gonna have much of a fighting chance to prove it if the kid is still in her belly. When it's born, you have a better shot.
I guess.
The baby got born. She called Maury.
Either way, if the king didn't want illegitimate children, just don't have illegitimate sex.
Look, you expecting too much from the kings of this world, because we got people forgetting 3 panels ago of what something they were just told.
Oh.
You're not exactly wrong, but
The truth shall set you free. Let's go. Next one.
moving on.
Next page.
No, you misunderstand. Honestly, I mean, ill will. Like I said before, all I want is a little information. I've always believed that there are 2 sides to every story. I would like to hear what really happened that day when one of the king's aides explained the situation to me. I knew something sounded fishy, so now I would like to hear what actually happened.
Just read it from a mind.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I'm
I'm
with you
waiting
on
on
this one,
Akashic's
Akashi.
reaction.
I'm not saying anything yet. It's still pending, but let me tell you something.
No, here we go.
No, I
It's
know.
my catchphrase. Now here you go.
The bank open later tonight.
You know what?
It might go through.
I'm gonna leave it
Oh,
alone.
no.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Patent pending sins.
Oh my god.
No.
Hey, that's Akashic
Maybe
being nice about it. He's being nice
tension.
about it.
By the way, that's built up to this point is completely gone for me. And I don't know if they meant for that to happen, but like the headmaster is like waving away all the tension, not only in like the scene that was building up, but also in the character.
Yeah,
Like-
that kind of thing. That's what it's called, the bait and switch. I don't like that. Is that the bait and switch?
Yep.
It feels like
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
the headmaster feels like a really poorly executed Kisuke Urahara. Like you know how like y'all know how Urahara used to always say these ominous things and then try and play it off as a joke, and then later
that
down the road it was actually a big deal. The Hat and Clogs guy from Bleach, the guy with the green striped hat.
Yeah, okay.
Himself.
But yeah, he feels like a poorly executed Urahara.
What's so poor about it? Elaborate.
Y'all have been commenting on it y'all been ranting about it for the past couple pages. Like he has this ability to, I guess, essentially read someone's mind, and yet he's asking for information when he can literally just look at it and have almost everything he needs to know.
Either that or we've been misinterpreting that part this entire time.
We couldn't have. It was explained to us.
Well, it's explained vaguely, which has
Basically-
been why I've been on the fence.
The old bastard can't even take responsibility for the lives he took that day.
Do I talk next or do you talk next?
I think you go.
You go.
Yeah.
What really happened, Caden? I'm dying to know.
Isn't your eye supposed to tell you everything? Never mind.
Not exactly. You see, Oracle can only tell me the surface level information that is held within Archaea. In most cases, I'm able to piece everything together. But sometimes I've got to do a little extra digging to find the full story.
Oh, okay.
All right, fine.
Yay! Come
Fine.
to me! I did it!
You will not get your sins.
I called it.
And I will retract the 100 million sins.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Why?
It's in this last panel right here. It says normally it's surface level information, which apparently on a regular basis is enough for him to piece together what he's actually trying to figure out.
What is surface level information?
All right,
And that's the vague point.
That's the problem. It's still vague.
I'll tack on to because it's just convenient that it deals with our main protagonist. So I'll give him 5 cents. 5 cents.
Oh my god.
Ring.
As
Oh
opposed
my
to
God.
100 million, they better be happy with that.
I'm so shook that my eye still ain't showing. Come on, show me the eye.
Listen.
Yes, show us your
Maybe that's
special
6
eyes.
star.
Show them.
This panel's
Shop.
killing me though.
I
the
have this
shop.
eye that sounds really useful, but it's really not that useful.
It normally is. It's just this particular circumstance. He needs something more.
In this particular one, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Convenience cliche. That's what I'm calling it.
Convenient. Well, it's the main character, so things have to be.
Exactly. Main character convenience cliche. Ding. That's why you got 5 cents.
Yeah.
MCCC. I guess it all started when I was about 5 years old. For some reason, I was drawn to this strange cave that seemingly appeared out of nowhere near my village, even though I shouldn't have entered it. And that's where I found my room. Oh, even though I shouldn't have, I entered it. And that's when I found my room. I can't read.
It's worded
I'm
weird.
adding on 2 cents, just 2, because of just how willingly he is to give all the information now, where 2 pages ago he wouldn't.
Yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
He's really pudgy
Yeah.
in like the second-ish panel. Well, like the panel where like it does the 2 flashbacks and then it goes to like the
Mhm.
he's pudgy and then he goes like really thin. And is that weird to you guys, or is that just an angle thing?
Weird to me. That panel itself is just weird to me. I'm like, why he look like that?
He still needed to learn fashion.
Okay. Look, his mom dressed him. He 5.
If he has a mom.
Now he has one.
Even though
Yes, I just don't know who.
Currently, he has one. Just he doesn't have one in the current right now. He just had one right when he was 5, right?
So you telling me
don't know.
they're okay with blocking his entire head out in this panel with the narration box, but won't do it in every other page where it just fits. I'm like, let me chibi my character so that
I
can
think
put this giant dialogue bubble in here that does not need to be this big.
No.
I think they didn't want to show if he had the scar or not yet on his eye.
Well, about that.
Did I miss that?
We learned where it came from in chapter 2.
In chapter 2.
Oh, well.
Here's
Oh,
the
fun
thing.
fact. I didn't read chapter 2. Because they don't know that I have read that.
I'm tacking on 10 more sins because they Mike Wazowski'd him, and Mike Wazowski is a Disney character. Therefore,
Oh, into the belly of the beast he goes.
oh no.
Move along.
Okay, got
Back to the fun backgrounds.
got his future Tims on. Oh yeah.
I like the backgrounds.
I would like the plants to be shaded in the next one. In the third-ish panel. The last panel.
After bonding with the room, I became the village's hope. Everyone was so confident in me, but everything changed when
The Fire Nation attack.
You know what?
Right?
Why are you like this?
No, I love it. Avatar. Heckin' great.
Somehow my father, Le King, caught wind of my awakening as a magus. He made a personal appearance in my village with 10,000 soldiers.
He
yeah,
knows
no.
his dad is the king.
Well,
Yeah.
he does now.
I like the curly black-haired chick. Kind of one. I like the way she's drawn.
Nah, because like I guess in the present he's telling this flashback. Yeah, he would have to refer to him if he found out later, but it kind of seems like he knew back then too.
His
Wait.
mom might have told him.
If he has one.
I was about to
Also
say,
true. We don't hear.
it could have been anybody from the village because apparently they decided to make a 5-year-old their savior since he bonded with a room.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That mouth. The right hand, first panel, right hand, heckin' under the dude with the toothbrush on his face.
Mustache.
Heckin', that one kid? What is happening?
Hey.
Super happy.
No.
Yes.
No.
He's so confident in him. It says it right
Everyone
there.
was so confident in me. I was a 5-year-old who
I was
came
5-year-old
with
who
this-
bonded with the ruin, so the whole village is now looking to me. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I'm a prodigy. Okay?
Apparently.
Okay.
As soon as you saw all those soldiers, you just, oh, gosh.
We just
Oh.
we ain't gonna talk about how the fact that this king got that gangster-ling walking up.
I don't know.
Well-
He don't look cool enough for me to be too afraid of him.
He does.
I mean,
He looks
that's, just,
like generic king is generic.
Yeah.
that's how everyone walks in this.
Maybe it's a thing with them.
He does look like his right leg is just kind of caving in.
What's that? What's my dude name? The king from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
I have no idea.
King
I didn't watch
King
that.
Friday. King Friday.
King Friday. That's what he reminded
Don't
me of.
ask me how I remember that.
King Friday. Oh man.
Moving on.
All right. Just gonna completely gloss. Oh my word.
What?
Hmm.
Look at the armor of the knights.
Yeah.
What does that remind you of?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
I was gonna say something like
Think back to CSJ.
CSJ.
Clock Striker?
Captain
Skull Jackson.
Skull Jackson's mooks.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Maybe
what
if
is?
you-
Can we get that up really quick? What does that look like? Wait.
But maybe he just, I don't know. All the
Well-
knights just have armor. I thought maybe they died in there.
We'll throw it up in the video itself.
Okay,
Comparisons.
I'll stop looking it up.
But just side by side, at this point, I'm marking this right now. When it's on screen, we will find out if I am right or wrong.
I wish
Now
I
then,
could
moving
just
on.
type in Captain Skull Jackson and get up the like
Oh my-
video.
I almost completely forgot about Skull Jackson. That foreshadowing much?
He came with members of his royal army and requested to see the child in question. I was so happy. My dad was coming to see me. It was what I had always wanted.
Oh no.
When I saw him, he looked so cool. I'd never been happier. When he looked at me, his eyes told me he was proud of me.
Did
And
they?
then,
Well, I guess
knee,
the answer's
and then knee to the stomach, and then knee to the stomach. I'm
We
calling.
answered that.
Did
So
they?
he already knew. He already knew that was his dad back then too.
Yeah. Also, do his eyes look full of pride to you?
No.
Look
Nah.
like about the Vegeta, this kid. Over here looking like a main character.
It looks good. However, the king's crown makes
Yeah, that
me
neat.
sorry for him. Like,
No,
it
Like one
looks
of those
like it
paper
made out
crowns
of.
from Burger
Yeah,
King.
I was about to say, hanging cardboard. No, see, the
You
thing about the
did
paper crowns from Burger
not.
King is at least they have like printed on jewels that aren't like at least there's like something looking to look at. This looks like it could blow off his head. Heckin', there ain't nothing. Princess Peach's crown looks better than his crown.
Okay,
Heckin',
first of all,
coming at him.
Princess Peach's crown is the goat of crowns.
it
in
is a
Mario.
good crown. Like it's a good crown. There's jewels on it, but it's like it's a small crown. Like it's not.
Get
Like-
him.
You know what I mean? Like his crown isn't good at all. Like
Get him.
dresses like
It
he
could
don't
use a
dress
little-
like royalty. He don't look like royalty. He looks like
Yeah,
he heckin'.
Wow!
Look at him!
Wow!
Look at him.
He
I
looks
mean,
like
you're
Hogan.
not
hot.
wrong, but wow!
Wearing a heckin' like no. He don't look like no king.
Oh, hentai.
Get him.
Point him out. Point him out. Get him.
No, you gotta do the how high. Get when they roast at the teacher. All right, but yeah, he looks so happy on this page. I just feel like some BS is about to happen next page.
Oh,
It
look
is.
at that last panel. You know that's about to come crashing down.
The panel before the second to last panel, 1, 2, 3, panel 4. He looking at him. That's not proud. That's
Nah.
I'm sorry. You about to die, bro.
That is an I'm sorry eye right there.
That is not an I'm sorry. That is
like
a it's just a shame I can only do this once kind of look.
No.
This
Oh
Like,
my
he's like
God.
my little disappointment, and then
Oh.
ruffles his hair. That's so
Oh.
sad.
He didn't ask for an audience with my mother. She had this expression on her face, as if she too was excited to see him. He asked for a private conversation. She quickly led him to our home. Oh,
That
snap.
does not look like an excited. You know what?
She, that looks, the last one, she looks either scared or happy.
I was
She
thinking a bit of both.
She know that her time's come.
Oh,
I
no.
think it's a bit of both. Like she's like happy to see him because she liked him enough to like spend the night with him, but at the same time she's also like, this probably isn't going to go frickin' well for us. Yikes.
Well, their hair's nice at least.
Yeah.
Good. Slept with the king, got
El Dredo.
a whole baby,
Mm.
locks.
They're doing that thing where I think the outline of the breast descending are lower than it probably should be again, though.
Oh, darn, that is weird.
Whether they have bras or not, I don't think they're supposed to go that low.
Being curious, I snuck up to watch from the window.
I'm not here to relive the past. I'm only here to see our agreement that his paternal heritage remain a secret is upheld.
Hey, look,
One
he's
minute
got that claw. Like
Well,
Inspector Gadget.
She was running up, but I think he would have shot. I don't know if he would have
He
shot.
probably shoved her. I don't know, because if he would have smacked her, we would have saw a panel for that.
Yeah. Maybe he used magic? Like Archaea? You know, like
Imagine
his
if we had her sit
No,
down.
No,
Well-
I think he had used her words. It was she was running up. He was like, "I'm not here to I'm gonna stop you right there, SpongeBob." And then she
right.
and she kneeled down. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sad. You're not here for me." But that's the I am disappointed face. Yeah, I do like the final panel though. The king's robe shading the look of KDK. Positioning was the word I was looking for. I knew it started with the positioning of the things inside the panel. The layout.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I was overjoyed by the fact that you came all this way to see your. So.
Silence! That child may have my blood, but he's no son of mine.
Let him know.
No!
Yes.
No!
You know what?
You got
Why you had to do old girl like that?
No son of mine.
Also, I
Look.
think. Also, there was a typo in the first panel.
What?
No,
I think
he
she
should-
meant to. I think she meant to see. I think she meant to say, "I was overjoyed by the fact that you came all this way to see Oh, she's about to say your son. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Never mind.
No typo.
Oh, look at her expression in the first panel. That was well done. You can see the anguish.
Rather
Eyes are
than
clearly-
the dots, though, they should have had like the cutoff line.
Yes,
A
a
dash.
hyphen.
The hyphen.
Hyphenation. Mm-hmm.
Preferably an M dash.
Silence. Why?
No, what he
why
needs to
that-
do.
That
What he needs to
empty
do is
bubble
pull.
though.
What he needs to do is pull a Simba and be like, silence.
Man,
That was
look,
Mufasa. That wasn't.
No. Lion King 2. Lion King
Oh,
2.
Lion King too. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Silence.
he did tell everybody to shut up. But anyway, why in panel 2 she got that empty speech bubble?
he said silence. He took the
Silence.
voice away.
He
Oh,
have my blood, but he's no son of mine. I mean, did you do the do and finish the job? I guess
Yeah.
he is your son. Okay.
If you planted the
No, I
seed,
mean-
then
but he didn't do nothing. He was just chilling. That's all.
To be
I'm-
fair, he said he's not here to rekindle things. So, like, I guess, like, he was just with her for a really long time. Like, she was, like, I guess
was
around
king.
the palace, but he, like, needed to marry somebody else for, like, hecking, like, keep his crown reasons or something. And was like, I'll let you live with your hecking kid, but that's all I'm doing for you.
I will say
protagonist
this,
with
though.
daddy issues. Ding.
Panel 2, the outfit of the king in panel 2 looks a lot better than when they first drew it, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe it was just the angle, how much attention to detail they did it this time. They gave it this time.
His crown is
Also-
still. Sorry.
I was just saying in the last panel. She looks more shook than KDA is. Like, yeah, he's crying, but she the one that looked like devastated.
Right.
Well, I mean, it will probably hurt her more than the kid, though.
Would it though? He just
He's
said the
fine.
only thing he wanted was my daddy to come see me. My daddy proud of me. My daddy don't want to be my daddy. Oh no.
But
Plus,
then,
in-
but imagine you a woman that got popped by the king, and now not only does he got you living somewhere that he doesn't even live with you no more. You think he coming back to rekindle things, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here. By the way, I just came here to let you know that he ain't my son." I'm just
Like,
trying to
He
make
came
sure that
all
we
this way
understand.
just to tell her that.
Like,
Apparently, they didn't have cell
Aiden-
phone storm.
he came over here like, yo, I know your son got powers now. I just want to make sure you know.
Like, we ain't telling
That he-
nobody he ain't my kid. Like, we ain't telling nobody that. What we had,
Just a-
we had, but nobody's supposed to be knowing about that.
Like, what are we? What are we? We are fighting dreamers. Okay. That's
Well-
Basically, he's
He really wants
basically
that
letting her know that she was just his fun for the night. Basically,
I mean, multiple nights.
for the night.
yeah.
But,
Like he could last the whole night.
He might,
But,
he might got that thing on him. You never know.
But no, like Caden knows this is his dad, and she's always considered Caden his son. So like, I can see like why it would be like. Did he not tell them this before?
Apparently.
Like, I guess.
It looks like he did because in the last page he said, "I'm only here to see our agreement that his paternal heritage remain a secret."
I don't
Yeah,
think
he
that
got-
she agreed.
Look like it.
That's racist.
She ain't. First of
What?
all, he's the king. Apparently, she ain't got no choice but to agree.
I know.
Well, duh. You can't go against royalty.
But you may not like it.
You ain't
But
gonna
that's
like
what. Look,
it. You want
all
to
I
live
can say-
alone? You want to die? That's your.
Like,
That's
listen.
It's up to you.
there's only two things you can do. You can like it and shut up. That's all.
Wow.
Moving on. Moving on.
People's chat.
It's
Do
Storm.
you really expect our child to live the rest of his life without acknowledgement of his father? He's a magus. He's special.
He's a street rat.
Let him know. Let him know.
No.
Wait.
Trash.
Also-
No, here we go.
How
They earned that Disney strike. You know what? We gotta finish it. He was
I-
born a street rat. He'll die a street rat, and only his fleas will mourn him.
So, did you have a comment about Street Rat?
Yeah, I had a comment that was 10 extra cents because they used an Aladdin reference.
Wait,
Okay.
panel 3. What's with her eyes? Are her eyes looking at him or?
No, it's just a fisheye thing that happens on a somewhat regular basis throughout this manga.
Yeah.
That's probably why he dropped her, because she got them grimory eyes.
Wow.
Slap. Oh,
How dare you speak of my son like he's trash?
Crying noises.
Like he's a trash. Okay.
Like he's a
Leave
trash.
Jaden alone!
Ah!
Oh no! Like he's listen.
No, the
A
first
street
channel.
rat is a street rat, no matter how much you sympathize.
No.
Don't love me.
I would look. I remove every single sin I ever gave this series. If on the next page is just a full page of him saying he is a trash.
My daddy don't love me.
You know. Oh, so that's what
he came. I waited on this time to see my
you
dad.
slapped the king. You about to get crucified.
My daddy think I'm a street rat.
Oh, no. Storm, what are you doing? What's happening?
He's trying to be
Storm?
hysterical.
That's how old boy looked. My daddy think I'm a street rat.
You are.
That's that.
Oh, now
him
you're
with
the dog.
He ugly. He like he's so hurt. He's so disappointed.
He's
First
so
of all,
sad. His
broken.
tears are blending in with his skin.
Here's the thing. Look. Whatever he does to this woman at this point, that's not like out of control. You can't just be going up slapping royalty like that. I'm sorry. She lucky that he not like King Joffrey.
Oh no.
He deserved it. I don't give a frick if he king. He got this beautiful wife, this powerful son. Yo, you ain't my. You know
Not
what?
wife. Not wife.
Okay, look,
Wife.
Storm. We have been addressing this for like the past 10 pages. Illegitimate child.
What he listen? He walked in there and tried to. And I'm pretty sure he probably told him, "I know you want this for life.
But I ain't
Take a
giving
pic
it to you.
with all my ice. But I just won't one night."
Nice to mute.
Oh, no.
I'm talking about that
Let's-
slap.
wait a
He's
minute.
just talking about
Let's-
how that slap does not look like what they were probably intending.
She didn't slap him. She muffed it.
That's
not
probably
even
why.
that.
That's probably why he's so offended. Like, did you just face me?
It's like she tried to slap, but it looks like an uppercut because her arm had to reach up to his head. But it didn't look like where her hand is right now that it actually connected with his face at some point. So it's like, what
She should
actually happened?
She should have did the electro slap. That's what she should have did.
Electro slap. Oh no.
Voltage slapper, I believe you meant to say.
You insolent wench! You'd best to remember whom you're speaking to. I am your king!
Slap.
Storm.
And he is your son.
Slap, 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 slap!
Oh no. Oh no.
Holy crap, dog!
It's Grimmery land all over again. Oh no.
Gramory.
Look what you started.
Oh no.
Every time he's about Gramory.
What's his name?
Gramory. Gramory.
Stop.
I don't like him at all. What's the name of the king?
I like him neither.
Hohenheim.
Captain Trash Garbage.
No.
It's
Hohenheim.
King. I'm gonna call him King Friday. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on.
Hey, hashtag Hojo. That's all I got to say.
That's hashtag Rain. Is King Friday gonna have to slap? Never mind.
Oh no!
This is horrible. Why he doing
Look.
it like this?
Because he's trash.
Look, no, to be fair, she slapped him first. He defended himself.
No.
Because he being a bad father. Plus,
Okay,
that was
one
just
of
a
them.
holding slap.
Just one,
No,
but not.
one slap is like one slap to get revenge. Fine. 5? No.
Look,
Beep. No, don't put your hand. Come
That's
on,
the
y'all.
5 slaps of Exodia right there, dog.
I'm not
no.
saying that anybody's
okay.
right, but nobody should have hit anybody. But even still, 5-1? Nah.
I'm gonna have
We
to
hear.
He had to give her 5 to make sure that she understood. Just
Oh
to
my
make up
God.
I'm gonna have to pull a
Coming
Sanji.
up later.
I'm gonna have
Please
to pull a
cut all of that
Sanji.
out.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna have to pull a Sanji and say any man who puts his hand on a beautiful lady is just a piece of crap.
What if she was ugly? It doesn't matter if she's ugly or not. Like,
Yeah.
I
All
can,
I'm saying, hey, she swung on him. She gotta put the dukes up. As soon as you swing, you better check your shoulders. That's all I got to say.
Oh no.
to be
We
fair
hear-
though, doesn't he
we
have
hear-
special Archaea power? Heckin', isn't she just like a regular weak person?
Listen.
I don't care how weak she is, especially if you know you weak. You shouldn't be swinging at somebody you know stronger than you.
Look, if you go, if like that's kind of like, dude, if like a
Let me tell you
fly like bumps into you,
Let me tell you
Like-
something.
It's getting
Let me tell you
swatted.
well, obviously because it's a fly, but she's a human. Like with that sort of strength, are you
but-
really gonna be that mad? Like,
To him, she's a fly.
still,
Um,
don't
so
sleep with
listen,
her then.
We here at Top Flight
That's-
Fiction.
Do not
not
support
know.
domestic violence.
This ain't domestic. We do not
This ain't
support
domestic
beating
violence.
on anybody. Then again, we do all make battle manga, so I can't say that.
I'm about to say because women would beat my manga too. So
All I'm saying is, let your villains be villains. Okay?
exactly. He's a villain. So hey, I'm all for it.
Well,
Smack
duh, he's blonde. Look at him.
it. Okay.
Well,
Oh,
Y'all think I'm playing when I say this?
You know
Frick,
what?
man.
You know what?
Nah, man.
He like 85
Is-
years old minimum.
No, he is.
look, you
He just
gotta
has
let
long
villains villain. You
Look, it's
swing
not
it-
funny.
Hair
Okay?
white.
It's not a joke. It's not funny. However,
In
you're a villain,
fiction.
and
In
I expected
fiction,
villains.
you can look at it differently.
Panel 2. Okay, I get. Okay, so panel 1, he's running up, he's dashing, right?
Somehow, because you got to remember, he was outside the window of his house this entire time.
And then panel 2, he wipes off his tear, and then jump up and kick him.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way it looks in panel 2, but at the same time, it just it doesn't click for me.
Well, he gotta wipe his tears because he gotta see where he's going.
I mean, normally in these things, normally the tears really wouldn't bother them.
Yeah, would
Blind
you ever
Fury.
ran with tears in your eyes?
Listen, blind Fury can be blind. Okay, he must not be all that mad. Be worried about his tears.
Because deep down inside, he know that the king telling the truth.
Trash is trash, no matter how much.
Oh, in panel 1, she's really beaten up, and then in panel 4, she's not.
Agreed.
Like, all the dirt on her clothes, on her, all the, like, bruising, all gone.
Look, it could be his awesome powers activating, and people in aura of him
I will not accept that.
get healed.
Voltage heal.
Leave my mommy alone.
I see. You leave me with no choice. Farewell, my son.
I'm adding 20 cents before anybody says anything because 3 pages ago he said he's no son of his.
Right. Like,
He
had
changed
you-
it. He got respect for him for kicking him.
Okay. Oh, he got kicked, so now he changed his mind.
Well, look, Akash, look at it this way.
It's
Look at-
stupid
wait,
no matter how
I
you
think
look
it's
at it.
that he cannot be his
point.
son if he lives, but he can be his, like, he can be his son if he dies.
Okay, take this into effect. All right, take this point.
Into consideration, you mean?
There it is.
Whatever.
Into consideration. Whatever. He's like, he's not my son, right? And then he beat on the mama, and then the son hit him, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't beat on the son, and then he decided he's gonna call him his son now. You tell him. So he decided not to. Like, he got hit by her, and then beat her down, and then he got hit by the boy, and didn't beat him down, right?
Yeah. He doesn't believe in child abuse.
He don't. He's like, you know what? You just as abusive as I am. You might be my son.
Oh no!
Wow.
Walking forward.
Our boss looks kind of mad. What do you think he's upset about? I don't know. I'm just here to stand here and look slightly intimidating. Yeah, well, you failed at that. Hey, I can dream. I'll kill them all.
No, not him. They
Yeah,
have
he-
to.
Kill.
He's telling them to kill them all.
Yeah.
They work for me, and by proxy, I am killing them all.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the beginning of Tease's commentary for this page because that's just hilarious.
He said, "Kill him." Oh, you kicked me.
Yeah, that's them screaming in the background.
You kicked me in the penis.
Heck.
Say goodbye to your
like-
village.
I will never have another son again because of you. So,
So to be fair, his mama got the worst end of the bargain because all she did was slap him. She got slapped 5 times, but my man's kicked him. He's like, all right, now everybody died.
You know what?
Oh heck no!
So this is how you train him. This is how you raise my son. That
No!
obviously this village has no home training.
Oh no!
to be fair, that wasn't his son until after he kicked him. So,
Oh no! This
Moving on.
No home training. Oh yeah, they all dead. They gone.
Like, we
by
gotta
the way,
start from scratch.
Teasel, the knights in the way far background look way more like Captain Skull Jackson's mooks, but they're not. But they look way more like it right now.
They all have the same armor, so
Yeah. Moving on.
Kill them all. The audacity.
Crap.
I tried to stop him with my new profile power, but they were too much for me. I swore on that day As I cry over my mother's body, that I would avenge them. I'll get stronger and take him down.
Question.
Before
Yeah, instant question.
anybody says anything,
Catchphrase.
how did he survive?
That's what I was
just
gonna
about to
ask.
that.
We were
Yeah.
all wondering.
About to ask
Listen.
that.
Because he
What
said
the heck,
all.
man?
Everybody in the village.
He
And
said
you
kill them
Akashi.
all.
He
Akashi.
doing the hand clap, dog.
Akashi, I got 2 words for you. Voltage escape.
Please
You know
stop.
what?
No!
Crown of
outta here with
Mom's
that, man.
body.
Get the frick out of here with that.
You know what? I'm adding.
No, Nico, here you go. I'm gonna spot you.
Look.
I'm gonna spot you real quick. No, Nico, I'm gonna spot you real quick.
I gotta mute.
Electro skate.
Electro skate.
You know what? Both of y'all, go to bed.
Oh no!
I might have to start
That's
adding
the fade
sound.
out. That's the fade out
The
right
Windows
there.
XP sound in here.
No, that is literally the fade out.
Oh no!
Bro, what happened? You mean so who killed the mama?
They came in the house.
Right. So they killed the mama and didn't kill him?
Apparently.
No.
Oh man.
Let's just keep. I think that's no. Okay, that's
One
I mean,
thing
don't-
before we move on.
because
One
the
thing.
original strike 2 was retracted. So this is strike 2.
No,
I like
wait.
I like this page though. Not so much dialogue or what happened, but
Oh,
just
yeah,
the
page
bottom
is very
half, how he's thinking about the past and showing his anger with his lightning fisties. I like the layout. Where-
The fade effect kind of unnecessary though. In panels.
The
really
bottom.
important point
Also-
that you guys have
also-
missed.
Wait, Mel, what are you saying?
Oh, go ahead. Mel.
Well, no, it's okay. If this is moving on to a new point. So if you have something for the old
Oh,
point,
yeah, I do have an old point because
Okay.
I have a DBZA reference. Quick question, KDK. How do you know about the parts that you weren't there for?
That is actually a good question.
How do you
How
know
does he
about
know
the-
that the king told him to kill them all?
Hey, I don't
that might be his bias.
No.
Maybe his lightning ear, but either way,
No.
but either way, no. What I was gonna say, I don't know if I
Voltage
can guess, I guess, but no.
Maybe
here-
he heard him. Just say kill them all.
New
He
point.
ain't close the door or nothing.
New point. I know that he's really emotional about the story with like his mom and his past, but he's telling this random professor that he can't be sure if he fully trusts that he is going to avenge them and kill the king. Like take down the king, that doesn't matter. Like still, that could get you murdered because you're in the king's kingdom, talking to like a headmaster at an academy that works probably for the king's kingdom. Like, no.
Actually, as a supporting point,
I can see
he
that.
did say, little suspicious glasses scarf boy, he did say, in fact, that he heard part of the story from one of the king's aides directly, so
It could be a
that's
little-
just even worse.
That
maybe
could have
something-
been though him saying that to get him to say like the
No.
intentions. That could have
No.
been,
No.
but still.
No.
Also, remember Mel, he's the main character, so risk is super low, and he's the king's son, so it's his birthright to kill the king. There you go. She does look a lot more beat up, so in this panel, in the final panel, it looked like they did go in there and kill her.
Where's the wound?
You right?
Maybe they beat her to death.
Where's the wounds?
Where's the wound?
I just see dirt marks. No, it could be blood or just bruises, attacks.
No ripped clothing.
Why is he virtually unharmed?
We already went over that.
Apparently, they
Electro
killed
skate.
everyone but him.
That's that you gotta I'm gonna leave this one person alive, so
So the Itachi tree.
you can be hurt more about it. By
That's
it.
probably
You kick me in the
somewhere on
face.
that list of tropes that you showed me.
Yeah, I'm going to kill. I'm not going to leave
Foolish.
one person alive.
Foolish not, son of mine. If you want to kill me one day in hate and revenge, surviving in such an unsightly manner as this, by all means flee.
He's really
Cling
doing
to
this.
your wretched life.
He's really doing
And
this.
one day, when you have the same powers as me, come back and face me.
He really did that.
You disgust me. Stormer.
Shut up.
Anything else on this page?
I like the crying panel and the headmaster's reaction, even though he totally could be like a bad guy.
The second half of the page, yeah, like I said, I really like it.
I see. I am so very sorry for the hardships you had to bear alone. But now I know the truth. The story was received and the story we received was indeed fabricated. I'll advise you to be on your feet at all times. I doubt the king knows you lived that day. But I'm sure he will somehow find out.
As for you, I'm trusting you with this information.
What?
Don't make me regret it, or else you'll regret it 3 times over.
What?
Sure.
He about to obliterate Britannia, but okay.
Look how pretty my eye is on the bottom panel.
He's like, bet.
I do like that.
He just looks like bet.
Man,
I love that.
happened?
You the one who told him.
On this whole page, he just divulged his complete life story to someone he just met.
Yeah.
And he says afterwards, I am trusting you with this information after I already suspected you of potentially being someone I would hate ever since we first laid eyes on each other. But no, here's my entire life story that I didn't even tell my hired help, who I've been with way longer than I have you.
Wait, is she hired help? I thought he was hired help.
No, I'm saying that she hired him.
Yeah.
They've been together longer than he has with this mook.
Yeah, but he says she don't need to know.
That's the point. That's the point, man.
I know. But apparently he does need to know.
No, he doesn't.
No, I know.
If he didn't, again, he has more reasons.
So Bookworm is also an eavesdrop.
Plop.
Don't get the wrong idea. I was about to open the door before you did. I have no interest in your conversations.
Oh my gosh, more character development.
Can I give it a ding, please?
Oh, go ahead.
You mean to give it a sin?
Well,
whatever.
It's called arms under the chest to push him up because she mad trope.
Ding. You know what? I don't have a problem with that.
I do. Unnecessary.
Fan service.
Because most people, that's not how you cross your arms, is it?
Look, do you push them up that high? No, you don't.
Look.
To be fair, they don't look like they're being pushed
everything
up.
Does.
To be fair, they don't. The way they're drawn, they don't look like they're being pushed.
Can we please move on?
In that first panel, if she stood up, how tall do you think she would be? In the second panel, I guess.
I don't know, maybe 4
You
foot
think
10.
she'd be? Are you saying you think she'd be taller than him?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm asking you all. How would she look next to him?
I think she'd be around the same height.
Okay.
She'd have to be, because if you measure like her head to like just like I guess her like hips, like her butt, basically, like, and you then like put that next to him, their torsos are about the same length. Plus, like,
they'd be about the same height
compared to earlier in the chapter where she was like 3 feet shorter than him.
Yeah.
Inches.
No, I said what I said.
She's at least a head shorter.
However long ahead is.
Anyway, moving on.
No, there's still one last thing.
What's your last thing?
In this last panel.
Mm-hmm.
Character pretends they have no interest in the conversation despite the fact they clearly do, cliche.
Right.
Ding.
Ding. Are we close?
Also, this panel too, that background behind the dough. What the heck happened there?
Behind the dough?
Behind the dough.
It was just
Data flash.
No, like that is straight up. Take the stock material from Clip Studio Paint. Don't even fill up the whole space.
Oh, here we go. You're not wrong, but
I'm just wondering, why didn't they just draw the actual space outside the hole? Like, that would have made way more sense.
Why not just use focus lines? Why not just draw some focus lines or use the focus line tool?
Because it's not about focus lines. They were trying to make that seem like some sort of startling revelation that she was outside the door.
Looks like you were right, old man. I should have listened to you back then. I'm sorry it took your death for me to see the truth. The king is the devil in human form. Good luck, my favorite pupil.
Oh, he playing favorites.
Yeah! Look at her
look
stupid
what
hat.
happens to be.
That's a graduation cap. What you mean?
The hat looks dumb because they didn't draw it correctly. Why does it look like that? Oh,
You
yikes.
were right, old man. Okay, so I'm guessing they're suspense. Who's the old man?
Look at the last page. Panel. You'll see.
That's Alice.
It's clearly someone related to Alice.
Yeah.
But that's not a man.
No.
No,
Someone
no.
related to her.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I'm gonna
Probably
say
the
it's her
dad or
grandpa. Oh.
Yeah, one of those two. Dad or granddad.
That he's talking about?
Probably.
Yeah.
We have finished chapter 3 of Crown of Ahrah. Everyone's going to go around the table and give their overall thoughts of the chapter and then their overall thoughts of the series and whether or not they themselves would continue the series. Starting from Stormrave.
Okay, so for this chapter, the writing is really, really, really sketchy in some places. Art is also hit and miss. It's like there are some panels where the art is really, really, really well drawn, but then in other places it just looks like the artist just gave up. Like, or maybe now, granted, it may possibly be because of deadlines and trying to make sure that you finish the chapter. I, of all people, understand that. But all I'm going to say is, objectively, is that it's really, really noticeable in places. As for the entire series, it started off pretty interesting, but the further we get into it, the more it starts to get like, again, the more the writing starts to get a little inconsistent in places. As for the art, it's hit or miss. The main character, Caden, he's typical protagonist, so I personally am neutral towards him, even though he can be kind of dumb in situations. Bella is best character, and I'm not going to say any more than that. I also I like the flashback because of Caden's mom, and I overall would continue only because I want to see where this leads.
All right, that was Stormrave. MEL.
After reading chapter 1 and chapter 3, because I haven't read chapter 2, it was pretty interesting overall. I think, and this might just be me, but I had more fun, I think, with characters that weren't as important. Like, Captain Skull Jackson was really fun to, watch, Tiza be, and, that made chapter 1 really, really enjoyable for me. Whereas the second half of chapter 1 originally, just kind of fell really flat for me, because of the one dude who wasn't very important, and it was basically just kind of reiterating the first half of the chapter. I didn't see chapter 2. What happened, by the way, since I guess, her and Caden, Bella, Alice, and Caden got closer.
So essentially what happened in chapter 2 was they go back to her college or whatever from the bar that they were in at the end of chapter 1. They run into some monsters on the way. KDA beats them up with this little lightning stuff. Okay. And then they get back to the college, do some walking around, see some bookshelves and places that don't really make sense for bookshelves to be. Then we run into this one Megane-chan, who's just like the trolliest troll in this whole series so far. And then we get to the start of this chapter.
Ooh, who voiced Makane-chan?
Shoot, honestly, I forgot. Was it me?
I guess I'll have to watch the episode to find out. But, okay. And then as for, that leading to chapter 3, meeting the headmaster, it was fun being the headmaster. It's fun that he's not actually evil, even though we all thought that he was going to be evil. But maybe he will be in the future. I don't know. Maybe he's secretly a yandere behind those glasses. I don't know. It feels kind of like a generic shonen, but not always in the best ways. And that's not to be mean to the series, because I think it has a lot of potential.
That's phrase.
What? That it has potential?
Not to be mean.
No.
Oh, not to be mean?
No, that has a lot of potential part, but keep going.
Sorry. But it does. There were parts of it that were interesting. I didn't, it wasn't like a slog to get through or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like it's lacking something for me, but I don't know what. I feel like I have more fun reading it with you guys than I would on my own. How many chapters are in, the first, actual volume? 5, 10?
What volume?
30? Is it a volume thing? Do they not have printed?
Plus Manga releases bi-monthly.
I mean...
They are currently up to issue 6, so there isn't enough for one to begin with.
Okay. I hate always being on the fence, so... Honestly, if it was easy to access, I would probably read more. But if it was difficult to access, I would not.
All right. That was MEL. Akashic. Thoughts on the chapter, the series as a whole, and would you read more?
I'm gonna try my best to stay calm here.
Oh boy.
Nah, be truthful.
This was one of those series that put my rage into overdrive because it was something that I thought had a lot of potential.
Catchphrase.
I know, that's her catchphrase. But when I was reading chapter 1, it was something I thought that I could get into. because hey, I enjoy the lore. The character, even though one was just gushy eye candy and the other one was just, standard, oh, I'm the best protagonist, I was fine with that because, it's just a standard adventure series. I was fine. But then chapter 2 happened where I found out, well, I started to see that it had a lot of good ideas, but the execution was just poorly done. Like, say, for example, the character development between the two of them in chapter 2 that lasted 3 pages for them to say 3 sentences to each other. And then we got, just to show that boy's tough, we had him fight some Mongols in a tavern or whatever they fought. That was whatever that was. And then we meet new girl, and now we have this situation where I blue screened maybe twice this chapter because I'll give him a pass in terms of the whole, like, what was it called? The Oracle Eye thing, because it was making me upset at first, but then they did explain it later on, which was okay. I'm all right with that. So I'll retract that. But then we got to the situation where things just started not making sense, and then they made a point to show things that would not make sense. It's like they were creating their own plot holes, which I accuse Frozen 2 a lot of doing. Like, say, for example, how the heck he survived the freaking attack when the king clearly said kill them all, and yet somehow he's the only one that survived. No, just no. And then I don't know. It's like we're being forced to think that protagonist and eye candy is going to be a thing, or they should be a thing because they're just having so much chemistry now with each other, which is not true because it's not executed properly. So it's to the point where I can't continue because it's just making me more and more upset the more chapters I read. So I'm gonna have to say it's a no for me, dog.
All right. As for me, I enjoyed the action scenes. I won't lie. The fight between KDK and the skeletons was interesting. The fight between KDK and the Troblins, I didn't hate, but it was alright. When he shows off his lightning powers, it tends to be interesting for me. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of the characters. I feel Bella is just there for fan service and to get the plot from A to B to C to D. We're going to be here because Bella wants to go here, and then we're going here because Bella wants to go here. And then we're going to run into a monster or some bullcrap, and then KDK is going to take him down. I feel like the writer just does things to do it. I feel like chapter 2, the whole bar fight was just, I just threw this in here to show KDK fighting / fill pages in the chapter. As for this chapter, the headmaster, I like some panels with them. I like how, I wouldn't say like, I like how they were trying to portray him. It was like he was supposed to like be this, not even mysterious, just the type of character you don't really know whether or not you can trust. He's just a little silly, little creepy type of character, but it just, I don't think he did it the way that they were trying to do it, I guess. They didn't execute it properly. Like, he's supposed to be like the whole, I'm ominous, but I'm just joking, but I'm hiding a secret powerful power that's going to be revealed later in the series. That's what I feel like he was trying to do, but it just didn't go well. The king is a villain just because he's just a butthole. I wouldn't say villain, he's just a butthole, and I can see how KDK wants to take him out. There's like a whole Lelouch and Charles V. Britannia type of thing. Charles Z. Britannia type of thing. He just wants to take down his dad for being a butthole. But all in all, it's a series that I personally, the kind of series it is one I would like to read. It's just the execution of it makes it so that I don't want to read it. My kind of series, just not the way it's handled. So for me, I wouldn't read anymore. Tiza?
All right. Before we get into this serious moments with Tiza, might want to take a minute, have a deep breath, bring yourself back to reality, because now we have to properly dissect everything we have gone through so far.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
oh no.
Just going to start with this chapter, since I think talking about overall will make more sense after doing that. Right. So, we begin with an ominous headmaster who makes no attempts whatsoever to make himself seem like someone trustworthy. To the point where KDA actually has no reason to trust him just based on how he was acting. dismisses the brains from the room because he knows KDA will be easier to manipulate without it. And through the means of, I'm not even sure if this is even like intelligence at this point, he pretty much just said, yo, I need to ask you some things. And mind you, KDA hates this person right now. Just completely divulges his entire life story to him. Just with really no provocation whatsoever. And mind you, he just professed prior to this. Get out of my head. What do you want from me? What could you possibly have to deal with me? I just met you today. Tell me your life story. Okay, now all of a sudden, I can trust you enough with this information, and maybe you'll not tell someone else. But if you do tell someone else, I will make you regret it 3 times over. Even though this could have all been avoided if I just said nothing to you at all, you shady shyster. But he did anyway. See, that on its own would not completely have a Claymore moment from me. You want to find out what that is, keep watching this channel. But then we had to delve into the actual past because he divulged it so easily, mind you. To the point where we see a king that wants nothing to do with him, and apparently is okay with the idea of KDA not being alive, order the entire annihilation of his village with no specific time frame, mind you, and yet everyone was killed except the one he actually had a problem with, KDA himself. Let me get this straight. A kid kicks you in your nads, makes you leave and just have the entire village destroyed, and you don't do due diligence to make sure he is annihilated alongside the mother that you already addressed as less than worthy of being human. You can knock her out of this life, but not the one that you actually have a problem with, the one that's illegitimately related to you. That's the one you allow to get away after all this time? Over 10 plus years? You ain't tried to hunt him down at all? You didn't even make sure he was gone right then and there. Then it wouldn't even be a problem. But no, everyone but him. Okay. That on its own would not be enough to make me have a Claymore moment. The problem is, both of the 2 things I've outlined were all done in the same story, very close to each other because they were all in the same chapter. I'm sorry, I cannot deal with that. That is too much for me. I am good for maybe one of those, preferably at the very end of a series for maximum effect. But no, I got both of those. We are at chapter 3. There's still at least 3 more after this. No, I cannot continue in good faith.
Wow.
I just cannot. I mean, chapter 6 is fine because, you know, Megane-chan was in that. She was fun. I liked her. The problem is this is after that.
All right, passengers, we've reached our destination. 3 chapters of Crown of Ahrah has been completed. We've all given our thoughts. We've all given our judgment. It's had its ups and downs. It's already a series, in my opinion. Just not my cup of tea. If you're interested in following the series yourself, check the description below for a link to support them. If there's a series you would like us to read, drop us a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If you've enjoyed the rest of the videos, maybe subscribe. If you don't like what we said, drop a comment and tell us what we have wrong. Everyone's going to say goodbye now, so take it away, Stormwraith.
We have reached our destination. Please exit on the door to your left. And thank you for choosing Top Flight Fiction Reads.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.
We apologize for this rough flight that you have been on, and we promise to have better flights for you in the future. Goodbye.
We had a little bit of turbulence along the way, and we tried to make our trip as smooth as possible. So if there were any rustled jimmies out there, we apologize.
All right. We'll see you all next week on a new flight. Ta-ta.